I've spoken with the Inquisitor. He'll agree to an armistice in return for some crystal discs. He claims you have some and he wants them. That's his price.
Crystal discs? That is all he seeks. What do these crystal discs do? What power have they?
The Inquisition found a gate buried behind the monastery. It leads into the mountain. The Inquisitor thinks whatever caused these temples to appear is inside the volcano. He thinks the discs open the gate.
But what is behind this gate?
If I knew that, I'd be the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor's convinced the answer to the temples, to the storms, is inside there. And discovering that is in all our interests.
If I let the Inquisitor go inside the mountain and he finds more objects of power, more magic, then that's it. He will control the island. We will stand no chance of ever winning it back. If I stop him entering, we risk the whole island being swallowed by these storms. I was born to make decisions such as this. I will not stand in his way. I will allow him to enter the mountain unopposed, and you shall go with him.
What do you want me to do in there?
The Inquisitor links this gateway with the temples that have risen here. That means there must be gold inside there, and there must be magic. We must take our share of this bounty. And if the Inquisitor is really only interested in all our welfare, he should agree to that.
Do you know where these crystal discs are?
I have one object that matches that description.
About your pile of gold.
You will be paid your due. Or was there more to that question than greed?
Not every man feels they get their share. Brogar is betraying you and lining his own pockets. He's using his fighters to extort protection money from the others under your command.
Brogar has always had his schemes.
And in this time, when your men grow restless and afraid, you want them paying money to him and blaming you for their misery?
If what you say is true, I will stretch Brogar's neck. You are right. It is time an example was set.
Just one. The Inquisitor needs several. And if he's right, and we need to get in there to save the island...
Well, we have a new excavation in a temple to the east, not far from your monastery. Fincher's overseeing an excavation at the large temple to the east, not far from the monastery. It's a big temple. Maybe one of these discs is there.
I have already found a disc there.
Then you are already one step ahead. But if you're still talking to me, I assume that means you haven't found all these discs Mendoza is seeking. The fastest way to search is to get someone else to do it for you. The pirates on this island have a nose for valuables. Find them and see if they have what you need.
So you'll give the disc you have to the Inquisitor?
Inquisitor Mendoza? The mighty Inquisitor Mendoza comes to this island, my island. He marches his men through the streets of my town. He tyrannizes my people and forces them into his service. Yet I am supposed to trust him? Trust a man who has betrayed every promise he's made, even to those of his own faith? No. I will not simply give this disc to him. I need something for me and for my people, if he is to get what he wants.
If we don't trust what he says, what's the alternative?
Bring me the rest of the crystal discs the Inquisitor wants. Once we have all the discs, he will have to deal with us on our terms. Now we know what he wants. We have the upper hand. Get me those discs. Then let us see what tune we can make our Inquisitor dance to.
Do you know a man named Balchuro?
No, never heard the name.
Strange. He seems to think he knows you. Says that his boss insists I help you.
Ha! Well, I bet I know who his boss is. He has no shortage of lackeys. Let's hope he regrets putting us together.
All right. I think it's time you were straight with me. What is going on with your father's letter?
If I tell you something, I'm trusting you. And you better not think about crossing me. So when I said my father was on this island, I meant was.
So he isn't on the island anymore?
No, I don't think so. But I do think he left something here. Something every villain in town would kill his own mother to get hold of.
What is it that your father left?
As soon as I find the next clue, I'll tell you.
What are you planning to do now?
Well, according to the paper you found, my father had a hidey hole somewhere further inland. According to the clue he left, it's in a grave. I need to find that grave.
I'll come with you.
It's your call. I'll lead the way, when you're ready.
Can you help me train? Maybe teach me something that will help us with our search.
Sure. I've learned a couple of useful talents.
What can you teach me? Can you teach me acrobatics?
You can find 100 thugs on this island who will teach you how to fight. But there are other skills. Sooner or later, you're going to take a tumble, and knowing how to do that means fewer broken bones and a lot less pain. You need to roll when you land. That breaks the impact, and it means you can fall or jump from greater heights without hurting yourself.
Let's go.
Make sure you keep up. I don't want to hang around. Watch it! Yeah! Great. Finally. This must be it.
I hope so.
There should be something in one of these graves that will give us a clue what my father was up to on this island. Here, take this key. If something happens to me, I want you to keep it safe. If someone else decides to look for the same thing as us, they won't get far without that.
Consider it looked after.
Yeah, right. Try not to lose it, otherwise we're screwed.
A grave. Another tomb. A little more for me. Here, I found this casket in one of the graves.
Let me see. There's something inside. This is it. The next clue. The gods bless you and your shovel.
What does it say?
Are you this quick on the questions with everyone? Or are you working with Romanov?
I don't think you've got much choice. Trust me or don't. We've come this far.
Like that, is it? This shows that my father hid a large part of the gold he looted over the years on this island. He's left a series of clues as to how we get to it, if we can find them.
A pirate with buried treasure. Who'd have thought it?
Might not be original, but no one's found it so far, have they?
No, but Romanov's worked out what your father did.
Yes, and I'm damned if I'm going to let him get his hands on the prize. My father would have a fit if he knew I'd let it fall into Romanov's hands.
Have you heard anything about crystal discs?
Are they some kind of artifact?
Yes, from the ruins.
I haven't heard of them. What do they do?
Your father got around the island quite a bit. You think he could have found them? Buried them with his treasure?
It's possible. If he saw them and they're shiny, he'd have taken them. But you're going to have to help me find what I want, for you to find out, aren't you?
Maybe. What do you think Romanov is planning?
He knows about the treasure. He knows I'm looking for it. And one thing is for sure. He'll rear his ugly head as soon as he thinks we're close. You can bet on that.
So how can I help?
The casket you found contains a clue. I'm just not sure what it means. It says there are 5 unmarked graves on the island. But he won't have put the treasure in those. Far too obvious. Think. Now my father was always fond of booby-trapping treasure. Maybe that's what's in these graves. Something describing the trap, telling us a way of disarming it.
Then I'll look for these graves. I'm not a fan of nasty surprises.
You do that. I'll try and work out where the treasure is.
So, I'm back doing the dirty work while you sit around.
You wanted to help? Or are you all talk and no trousers?
Oh, I don't think you want me to walk away.
What do you mean?
Admit it. I'm growing on you.
Yeah, it can't be that you're simply useful.
If your father's not here, where is he?
I've not seen him for a long time. He could be off sailing foreign seas, locked in a cell somewhere, or rolling in a cot getting girls in trouble. He always says I'm his only child. With the number of women he sleeps with, there must be an army of us out there.
He's the loyal, fatherly type, then.
The storms can take him for all I care. But he owes me that treasure. He knows it too. I think he wanted me to find those clues.
All right. I'll investigate these unmarked graves.
Good. I'll mark the sites on your map. And be careful. We're not the only ones looking for the treasure.
I'll keep a low profile.
You haven't managed that since you arrived on the island.
A little more for me. Another tomb. A grave. Rest in peace. A little more for me. A little more for me. A little more for me.
They say pace always runs downhill. That why you keep coming back here? You thought about going to the small island? At least that would take you away from here.
Look who it is. Back for another beating.
Cocky bastard, aren't you?
What are you doing here?
Captain Romanov wants me to make sure that nothing happens to you. Leastwise, nothing while you're looking for Steelbeard's clues. And we do what Romanov says. That means me and you.
So you're watching over me. I feel a lot safer now.
Just find the next clue.
How did you know I'd be coming here?
Romanov knows where everyone on this island is. Can't hide anything from him.
How do you know about Steelbeard's clues?
Everybody knows.
That's not an answer.
What the fuck does it matter who knows? Just find them.
Why should I go to the small island?
You're looking for something belongs to a pirate. Island's protected by water, isn't it?
Someone as dense as you can work that out. It doesn't seem like a very good place to hide something.
I'm telling you, you'll find what you're looking for there.
We'll see. Better start again. Did it. A little more for me.
Hey, if you want to see Patty again, there'll be no funny business, got it?
Funny business.
Romanov wants to see you. He's waiting on the west coast. Come with me.
What have you done with Patty?
I don't do the talking. Follow me, or forget about the girl.
Go on. I'll follow you.
Good. And keep up. I won't wait for you.
Just get moving.
Right. Here you are. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, you won't want to be sticking around.
Romanov is waiting at the northwest, at the end of the west coast. You follow this path through the ruins, and you'll find him.
Anything's happened to her, I'll find you.
Hey, I'm the messenger boy. You want to try talking tough? Try it with Romanov. But only if you want you and the girl washed up somewhere with your throat slit. Okay. Yeah.
There's the gutter dog. Come for a little talk.
Hello, Romanov. Is this the bit where you try and kill me for the clues to Steelbeard's treasure?
Believe me, if I could, I would.
And why can't you?
Because you and Patty are the only ones who can get past Steelbeard's trap. Steelbeard's little bitch has already refused to cooperate, so let's see if you'll be any smarter.
What did you do to Patty?
She's safe.
Where?
Someplace where she could so easily not be safe, depending on what you do next.
What trap are you talking about?
Don't act dumb. I've already lost one of my men trying to get the treasure. None of my men will go near it now. And now we have you. They don't have to, right?
What do you want from me?
Well, you have a choice. Go into the cave and get me what I want, or don't. And you'll never see Patty again.
I'll bring you Steelbeard's treasure in exchange for Patty.
Well, isn't that sweet? You're soft on the little tavern bitch. Well, she certainly has attractive assets. Her father only slept with the best whores. But you got a deal. I get the treasure, and you get Patty. Now get it done. I'll be waiting. I see you found Steelbeard's loot, so hand over the map.
Here, I found a lot of gold and this map.
The gold's yours. All I want is the map. I'm impressed, gutter dog. When I sent you into that cave, I didn't fancy your chances of coming out again. I could use a man like you.
I prefer to work alone.
Well, if you ever change your mind, there's a place for you in my crew.
We had a deal. Where's Patty?
You really want to free that fury, eh? You really think she's safe to be released into the world?
I kept my end of the deal. Now keep yours.
Relax, relax. I was just playing with you. She's locked in the ruin on the west slope, south of here. Here's the key. This is where we part. And I hope you'll not think me rude if I say I'd rather not see your face again. Or hers. Get the message?
Put that weapon away.